Hey! Oh! Hey! Oh, so we're just gonna start the next chapter, literally by walking down. Professor Layton, sir! Yay, it's Martin! Martin, my good man, whatever's the matter? Inspector said the police were responsible for Dr. Shannon's murder! I have strict orders to round up everyone in the hotel as soon as possible, sir! And I'm being awesome doing it! Understood, we'll head there right now. Come, Luke. Let's hurry. I was gonna say weird hurry or something stupid. Let's Luke decide to return to the hotel. Yeah, we're just gonna save our, 1 minute of progress. Yep, 1 minute of progress. Awesome. Chapter 6. The Road to Hanson Castle. Dun 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 dun! Dun 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 dun! Gotta walk our butts over to the hotel ourselves? Barton has more people to get, Allie. So, he couldn't just drag us along. It's like, we probably don't have a choice of going anywhere but the hotel, and it's not like there are any extra puzzles. That would be. Yeah, here we go. Ah, Mr. Layton, so glad you could finally join us. With you here, we now have every suspect in the murder of Dr. Schrader gathered in this room. Suspects! We're pretty close to suspects. We could have killed him. A few days ago, renowned archaeologist Dr. Andrew Schrader was found dead in his London home. His murder is still at large. Look around you. You could very well be sitting next to the culprit. I'm talking to you, Barton. No, I'm kidding. A suspect. Me? Utter nonsense. What reason could I possibly have to kill a man I don't even know? A bit slow on the uptake, eh? Mr. Beluga, every person in this room is after the Elysian box. That box ties each of you to a dead man, so there's no doubt that one of you here did the deed. I'm sure putting this case together has been a triumph of police work, Inspector. Investigator. Detective man. So tell me, what facts have you unearthed in these last few days? Watch closely now, Mr. Layton. This is how we unravel mysteries in Scotland Yard. You have my full attention, Inspector. Please, hypothesize away. Mystify us. I first learned of Folson's through evidence obtained in the late doctor's office. According to his notes, Schrader spent quite some time in town researching the Elysian box. When I learned that he died shortly after returning home to London, everything came into focus. I believe our colonel first spotted the doctor when he was inquiring about the Elysian box here in town. Spying a chance to obtain the coveted box, the fiend followed the doctor to London and murdered him. If you haven't noticed, I'm sure this is just gonna be like, Layton's gonna be like, sure, that's cool, but you know the real answer is the exact opposite! But we'll go on with Kelmy, he's pretty cool. Oh ho, now that's a deduction worthy of London's finest. Start with it then, who's our man? Hold your horses, I'm getting there. To summarize, the culprit must have been to Folson's before. What's more, this person must have also had the ability to travel freely between here and London. As we all know, only those affiliated with the Military Express have that ability. And now all eyes turn to Mr. Beluga, eh? Well, turn them back. Mr. Beluga stated he was in London conducting business that day, and his alibi checked out.
What? When is that, Mr. Beluga?
What is it, Sammy? That's right, our murderer stands before us. And his name is Sammy Thunder.
What?
Oh, what? You gotta be kidding, man. I know Mr. Beluga has ordered you to turn over every stone in this town to find the Elysian box. He worked you like a dog, and you resented that treatment. So you decided you'd beat him to the punch and make off with his precious box. This is an outrage. Samuel, what do you have to say for yourself? I'm afraid you're out of your gourd, man. Now I see why the box eluded me for so long. You've been holding out on me, Samuel. No, I haven't. I swear on my favorite leather pants. Yeah, that is a lot. Come on, Uncle, you know me. I'd never do anything that crazy. You'll have plenty of time to tell your story back in London from a cell. Now come along. Layton will be like, objection!
So, like a conductor after all. I didn't think he had it in him, but at least we can all rest easy now.
Wrong.
Professor, do you really think Sammy could have made such an awful crime?
Hails to the no. Well, all we have to go on is a single torn photograph recovered from the doctor's room. might be a frog.
So that's the illusion box. Wow, where's the I like that she goes to the
Boom!
Oh!
Da da da!
Suspicious!
Oh!
Suspicious!
Oh my! I'm sorry.
Oh my!
I did that in a George Takei voice, and it was so appropriate.
That was like perfect!
So now you know what's going on. Laura! You
Flora.
just a biatch! Thank you, Flora. I knew something didn't feel right, but thanks to you, it's all come into focus. I'm sorry we kind of spoiled it early, because it would be like... We've been holding on to the secret for so long. You know, I kind of have him like at a... It's an older rock voice, I suppose. But oh crap! It is Kelby! It has never been Kelby!
I believe we have committed a large and rather unfortunate oversight. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something right now, Layton? Where are you going with this, Professor? No one here has ever seen the illusion box that we've been looking for.
And yet...
One and only piece of visual evidence we possess is this torn photograph. And get to the point. The point is this, Inspector. The only person who could know what the illusion box looks like is the suspect you're after.
And guess who knows?
The person who must have stolen the box in the first place.
Yeah.
Yes, and I've got the slippery fellow right here. Ow! Take it easy, officer! Pipe down, you hooligan. And watch the hair, will ya? Wow!
Animation.
Sorry to disappoint, but he's not the culprit.
Score!
Stop talking in circles and get to the point, Layton.
I feel like I got him pretty close, too.
You should be wearing the handcuffs. Isn't it obvious?
No, it isn't!
If the criminal does indeed reside in our midst, he or she will be the only one of us to see the illusion box in person.
Alicia in the box.
Which means the culprit.
I slowly walk around the room and then make a giant point! How'd they find Katya? That's some good work, actually, by Kelmy. Who is Kelmy, by the way?
That was very slow and dramatic.
Da 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 da! Yeah. And Flora's just like, oh, like, what? And Luke's like having a heart attack. But as we've known since Dropstone, it's not Flora.
That's the photo I dropped.
And guess what it looks like now?
This, for those who don't know, is a piece of evidence recovered by the inspector. It's a photo of the illusion box, and I have every confidence that this shot depicts the real thing. So, this little knick-knack here is what started the whole mess?
Pretty much.
To be honest, it's a bit outlandish for my taste. What with the bizarre frog head on it.
Exactly. Looks like a frog. Yep. Now Luke finally figured this out, you slow douche.
The emblem decorating the top of this box depicts not a frog, but a goat.
And who would know that?
A goat?
It's impossible to see.
In my eyes it doesn't.
Exactly.
That's just it. This photograph is missing the piece containing the goat's eyes. In its current form, the image looks like a frog to most people, as was the case with you, Inspector. Flora, dear, I believe you said the design looked like a cute goat, did you not?
Why are you still calling her dear? Because you know it's not her. Oh, yes, now she's getting angry. That isn't...
That clears things up. If you say you saw a goat, that must mean you've seen the real illusion box before.
I don't know how he gets the voice changes. That's impressive. It's extremely impressive.
Well played, Layton.
Oh, yes. My, like, 5th favorite character.
I'll see you through my disguise again.
I've counted like a bunch of people so far. Our favorite villain ever! Oh, I love how it's perfectly aligned. Oh, thank goodness, because you know, in, like, the real DS, because the screens are so separate, it looks like crap. But no, you put them together, and yes, they are actually aligned perfectly. Curse you, Layton! Curse you in that foppish hat of yours! That's right, it's like the Scooby-Doo thing, except I curse your hat, because your kids are worthless. Don Hallow. I beat you to the box and given a little more time. I would have beaten you to cracking its secret, and of course the hats and fortune would have been mine. But that ship has sailed now.
So you're the one wearing the illusion box all along?
Another brilliant deduction from Layton's apprentice. Clearly he's learned from the best. But yes, you're right, little man. I stood off that old fool while he was snoozing on the floor. Oh, wait, he dead? Oh, wait, didn't know that. But the geezer probably got a cold sitting on the ground like that. Not that I care one lot. Or iota, sorry.
But Dr. Schrader was on the floor. Wait a second. If you've been posting the floor, then where's the real floor?
In the bottom of a river! I mean, I don't care. No, she's probably making hay angels with a cow so that'll drop some bonnet after him. Or maybe she's just sitting there fuming because you bumless didn't even notice we switched places. But I must thank you two dotes for your help. You've given me more than enough information to jig me up, but the dance is far from over. Dance puns. I'm so close to unlocking the secret of the illusion box. Now I need merely take this box to the... Hold it right there, you scoundrel. Gah. Got a lot of questions, and you will answer them once I've escorted you back to London. Where do you think you're going? Got you, you slippery devil. My covering myself in Pam has not worked today. Oh, you meddlesome oaf, you've no idea just how slippery I can be. Don't just stand there, the rope's getting away. Fool, do you think a soft-bodied flatfoot like yourself could catch me? So long, Layton. I only sigh. Think you can give me the slip, eh? I'll catch you yet. Oh, wait for me, Inspector!
Wow, look at the three of them shake alike. I didn't think they had it in them.
I must say, I never once suspected Don Paolo had been posing as Flora, and for so long.
I sure hope the real Flora is okay. We absolutely can't forget to pick her up on the way back to London.
I think we can. She was my least favorite daughter. Of course we won't. But I'm sure Flora's having a grand old time playing with the cows, so who cares?
Another thing that can't get out of my mind is what Don Paolo said about Dr. Schrader.
Wait, was he not dead?
I thought he was just like sleeping. The way he was talking, it didn't sound like he killed Dr. Schrader.
Okay, yeah, Dr. Schrader was definitely dead at some point.
But if he didn't, who did?
Magic. I mean, I think you're spot on there, Luke. Something else is responsible for the doctor's death. Right now, I'd say the illusion box is the key to learning what that something was.
Then I guess we should get it.
Oh yeah, I don't want to.
If only Don Paolo had run off with the professor. Look. Like, it was just sitting there?
Well, look at that.
Don Paolo must have dropped it when he was running away from Inspector Kelly. Did you have it in your pocket?
Hey!
A big box?
I was just sitting on it! So this is it. The illusion box. At last, the box. Inside sleeps the key to uncovering a massive family fortune. I beg your pardon, sir? Mr. Layton, I'm going to ask you to hand over that box now. Because my cane is secretly a gun or a taser. I don't frickin' care. Maybe I'll just beat you with it. As a son of the late Duke Hanson, I'm the rightful owner of that box. Oh, you're going to use law against us.
This box belongs to the Harrisons?
hard of hearing, boy. Inside this box is a key to cracking the secret of the Hanson fortune. Seeing as how I share the bloodline, that box should pass into my hands and no one else's. Oh my, that does change things. I suppose we'll have to... Mr. Beluga, listen to yourself. You're no more entitled to that box than I am, or any other person in this room for that matter. You listen here, Porter. This is none of your business, so I suggest you keep your opinions to yourself. No, I'm sorry, but I will stand by and watch you claim that box as your own. Anyone has a rightful claim to that box, it is the current Duke of Full Sense himself. Besides, I've heard about you. You turned your back on this town and left of your own free will. In my book, your claim to the fortune was lost the day you walked out of Full Sense. Oh, is that so? You got some nerve, buddy. What Grant's saying is true. I'm afraid I can't hand this box over to you in good conscience, sir. Hey, Uncle, what do you say we give up on chasing this box? Keeping stuff on the DL is exhausting. That's the down low.
Did you really need to, like...
I don't know. Someone with us, like the... What? The designated list? I don't know. The dirty liars? Don't you tell me how to run my affairs, Samuel. You've forgotten who signs your paychecks. I never even wanted to be a conductor in the first place. I was playing errand boys getting old, man. It's more than a guy like me can take. Sammy Thunder wasn't born to work a 9-to-5 gig. Sammy Thunder was born to rock! Hey, well, I'm coming back to the rock train and riding it to the top. Yo! I'm not gonna do the yells. That's just imagine in your head, yeah. Yo! It's gonna break me. Samuel, what are you babbling on about? Come back here at once! I'm sorry, Miss Beluga, but I think I'll have to hold on to this box for the moment. Fine, do what you want. Up the alpha box curses all of you twice over! Yeah, what? It's in my hands. Ha! Winning. Oh, he just won the fortune because he thought he was part of the Harrison family. He probably is. Except, you know, he kind of effed that up.
So it seems Don Howard wasn't responsible for the doctor's death in the end. Maybe it really was the reason boxes fall after all.
Yeah, so it sounds like the doctor had already collapsed by the time Don Powell arrived at the scene. Perhaps you're right, Luke. The box could very well contain a lethal element that killed the doctor. We better open it. But without seeing the box's effect in action, how can we be sure?
Yeah, so surely you don't need...
Yes, I am seriously suggesting we open it, and if it kills us, then big whoop, we know what happened. I do, Luke. We must open the box ourselves. It's the only way.
Please, just hold on a moment.
F you! What?
Claudia? Is there any way I can convince you to let me have that box? It's a vital importance.
Nah. Before I do that, I would need to know more first. Why is this box so important to you?
I'm sorry, it's not for me to say.
Well, you snooze, you lose.
But I must deliver that box to somebody important. I must.
No. Who is this person?
I can't tell you anymore. But once I'm done, I'm sure this awful place will go away forever.
No.
And everything will be
No. Whatever do you mean, dear? Help! Somebody, anybody! Come quick! Somebody else just got taken away to Harrison Castle. The vampire is going to suck his blood, and then he's going to steal his soul. Why did it have to be him? Why? He was such a stand-up guy, too.
What? No, that's impossible. Wait, Claudia, what are you running up to?
Who's the guy?
Well, she should have left in a hurry. Maybe all that vampire talk scared her. Do you know what she was talking about? I feel like I could only follow half of what she said.
Are you, like, deaf, Luke? I'm as confounded as you are, Luke. I mean, you knew what words she was saying, right? After our discussion, I'm doubly sure now that this box contains a greater secret. The path to understanding everything lies right before us. While potentially perilous, opening the box seems to be the only course of action left to us.
Understood, Professor.
Yeah, you're gonna die. Good, then let's take this to our room so we can open the box away from prying eyes. That's when we decide to head up to the room in the hotel. Like there.
That was
This
very
room.
important.
It's right up here.
Note.
Seriously, who got taken away? You better not be one of the characters who don't give us puzzles. Because then everyone would give us puzzles.
Indeed, Luke.
The game ends here. I would hope not.
Open it, read it.
Luke's like gonna poop. Luke ate some bad onion rings. Luke's just like, oh! And Luke's just like, oh wait, what? Oh. What, is there a light bulb inside? Ha! Ha! What made the light?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
The box is empty, and we're still alive.
Unless we're in heaven now, which means Luke shouldn't be here. Damn it.
Then it would seem my theory was correct.
Oh, yeah, Layton knew.
What do you mean, Professor?
Psh, there's nothing inside. Ha! Must head back into town and do a bit more asking around. I need to confirm my suspicions. Luke decided to look around full sense for more information. So, what is Krantz all going on about? Good evening, sirs. Please forgive my outburst earlier. That wasn't very professional of me. No, your testimony was incredibly helpful. Listening to you talk, I got the impression you were well versed in the Harrison family history. Well, I suppose you could say that. When he was still alive, Duke Harrison often favored our fine hotel with his patronage. Not the Motel 6 or anything. I have very warm memories of his kindness towards me, even when I was just a lowly bellhop. Back when the Duke was still with us, the whole of Full Sense buzzed with energy and activity. Once the mining stopped and the Duke passed on, our town turned into quite a gloomy place. After his passing, who stepped in to take his place? Did he have any children? As I recall, Mr. Beluga's brother stepped up to take the Duke's place. Ah! That's really all I know about this situation, though. I've heard our current Duke is quite young. And on the vampire rumors, which I'm sure you've heard, and you know everything I do. I'll add on the vampire. And you know everything. Oh, okay. Hang on, there's this hidden puzzle up here. Take a picture, look at the picture, find the things. Oh, we got a lot of journal entries, though. Look at this. Right? Gathering at the hotel. Improbable revelation, because it's Don Poe. She's like, what? We got the Elysian box. Rumors of a great fortune. And then we open it, and she's like, what? Yeah, say, what? The hotel room. What's different? I think there's something over there.
To test my
Yeah, I couldn't really see the difference there, but whatever.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah, and you know the doorknob is on the wrong side. That would be a big one.
Let's see if this works. That was almost too easy.
The lamp on the corner isn't on. That's all. Oh wait, did that just add a puzzle sign to the door? What? What happened? It didn't fix the door.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Whatever.
Wonderful.
We did it. Hip hip hooray. Hold over here.
This trying to hide from me, but I found it.
It is not a sentient being, Luke. Puzzle number 114, fair compensation, 40 pickrots. 3 houses face a single common field. The heads of these 3 A work together to seed the field. C enters itself right before the work starts. A, B, and D all work together. A works 5 days and B works 4. To thank them, C pays them a total of 9 coins, valuable according to how much work each person did. This is a joke. It is. Hey, you think it's just like, 5 and 4? No. It isn't. It's 6 and 3. You'll see how it makes sense.
This should do the trick.
As he'll point and then tell you the answer.
Wonderful.
As to do C's land, they had to split it 2-1. So they got 3 each for doing theirs, and he's... Yeah.
That was more work than I thought it'd be. Ooh.
I suppose. Look at Sammy! Yowie, it's the main dudes! You're the only reason I didn't catch that bogus charge. Say thanks, I pulled some strings from the museum curator and got him to open the place up for you. It's not much, but maybe you'll find some righteous info there to help your case. Make sure you check it out!
Thanks, Jimmy. It got pretty heavy back there for a little bit, didn't it? I still haven't gotten over discovering that Mr. Beluga is actually part of the Layton family.
That's the part, Luke. Yeah, my uncle never really told me much about it all. I just know he had some kind of blowout with his dad, the Duke, and decided to leave for good. He talked a lot about the brother he left behind, though. He has a real soft spot for the guy. Now it looks like that gnarly vampire's running around the castle. Hate to say it, but I doubt anyone survived that wicked, scary monster moving in. You got a diary key. Their access guaranteed. The Professor Luke decided to visit the Hertz Museum. Again. And this time, it won't be a miserable failure. Another journal entry. Finally. Oh, yeah. Yeah, honestly, I don't expect to go through all of those diaries. I expect you to, pause them if you want to read them. That's all. I hope that's okay. Yeah, we don't actually care about the diaries, since we played those. All around town, people are falling ill to a disease that has no name. Some of the common folk have been saying their town has fallen under a curse. It's the only son remained to watch over Philsons. I can't even think of leaving. The thought would be more disturbing if it wasn't for her. Her. Listen, as long as she's by my side, I have the strength to stay and protect this town.
You're so vague.
Yeah. The town is being killed by a curse. Yeah. What's going on? I don't know. At least this narrows our search. My gosh, if we had to walk around town, it's just what the frick are we doing? Actually, she has a puzzle for us.
Oh, yay. Look at you two running around and around telling the dog treats his own tail, Tiki.
Yeah, it's how you can describe it.
Actually, watching you reminded me of a fabulous puzzle I know about dogs. Listen up.
We don't have to, but we will. Number 109, walking the dog, 50 pick rocks. Ooh. First she carries her dog for 10 seconds, and then her dad steps. At this point, the girl sets her dog down and keeps walking. Dog immediately runs over to the dad, runs back to the girl. Oh my gosh.
What? This is math.
This is what? Yeah, that is extreme math right there. So the answer's 50.
This should do the trick.
Yeah, I'm just letting it go. You'll see the answer and why and reasons. .10 feet head start, 1 foot per second, and catches up in 10 seconds. Okay, that's a little bit easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it runs 5 feet per second, so there you go.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, nice work, you two. You guys are running like dogs, but you've got it going on upstairs too, don't you? If you both love running around so much, I won't stop you. Besides, this one watch.
Cinder horse. That looks like it looks like we're killing something. What is this ingredient? Whatever it is, we have to brew some teas. This is where if you don't know what you're doing, you can brew some crap. I don't know what happens. Want me to try?
Yes.
What an interesting blend of fruitiness and subtle smokiness.
I feel like you can use the tea leaves from this bunch to forget your love life.
What does it say for you, Luke? Oh, no one loves you. Not even God. I'm impressed, Luke. That's the first I've heard on that subject. I didn't study up on tea.
But of course, Professor. I couldn't rightly call myself your princess if I didn't.
What is this, like Harry Potter? You like Trelawney or something?
Yeah, I hit tea leaves and we're gonna die, man. Which one is tea leaves?
Nice.
I was hoping you'd take like a random one.
I will eventually.
What's this flavor? It's a bit odd.
It certainly has a distinct taste, like your mother. But you know, Luke, the more I drink of it, the more I like it.
If you're that fond of it, you're more than welcome to the cup I've been drinking.
Sorry to hear that cinder flowers in your cup of tea, Luke. Ha! That's a knee slapper. That's like a dad joke. So if I throw like this and this and this together, like what happens? Oh my gosh, I accidentally made the last one! What? That was an accident! I didn't even see it! What?
Oh my god!
That's incredible! Allie, you even saw it when you put it out of order!
Dang, that's not like, what?
Like, how did I do that? What are the odds? What are the odds? Wow! I agree, Luke, but I do have to wonder how common ingredients can make something like this.
It's me, Professor. The world's just full of mysteries like that, I suppose.
Aptly put, my boy. Well, consider me mystified. So, like, if I put this, together with this, together with another this...
Put two in the same one.
Yeah, you can. Your tea was no good. What a pity.
Well... Doesn't make anything worse.
Well...
Professor, I think I'm going to throw up.
Perhaps I need to practice it more on my own before I start calling myself a tea master. They're just like, ew, what have you done? I'm sorry, I thought I was going to make a bad one. It's just like, what happened? What is this tea? Oh my gosh, it's the right one! Why can't I just click it open? Dang it. Fountain puzzle. That's quite the fountain they have here.
Sure is. Actually, it reminds me of a really great puzzle about a fountain. Should I tell it to you?
Only if you let me cut off your legs. Up. There go your legs. Number 90, the unusual fountain, 20 pickerots. You should be able to indicate the age of those who draw near it. If a 5-year-old child were to approach, the fountain would fire off from A, B, C, D, and E in that order. The middle spout would fire, and then be followed by spouts A through E. I think J is useless. And that is correct, because the middle spout indicates 10, whereas all of these other ones indicate 1. So the 10th one is worthless, because the middle one indicates 10. So if everyone was 10, only the middle spout would fire. So J will never actually fire. It's really that simple. It is, well, that's why it's 20 pickerots. Yep. Can't say I feel so incredible about solving that one. You just count to 10, find the 10th one, and boom, that one's worthless.
The way you check those puzzles never fails to amaze me.
Well, if you were smart, Luke. Now I gotta get this Stephen Hawking looking guy thirsty. I can't do a Stephen Hawking voice. Can you, Allie? Black holes are the source of all power in the universe. I don't know, I think he likes black holes. There's a movie about him. The Theory of Everything? Yeah. By the time you see this part, the movie will be, like, done. This will be our 100th puzzle once we get this guy. Freaking. Oh my, so very thirsty. I only have like 2 Italians in the game.
Are you alright, sir?
Fine, we'll have 2 Italians in the game. To be honest, I've been a better sonny boy. The name's Gregorio, and I love chess like pigs on mud. I already gave you a puzzle on it, but I shall reintroduce myself. I've been standing here all day pondering my next move. Well, it's pretty blue to work. Would a cup of tea help that thirst of yours? That'd be mighty kind of you, sonny boy. I'll see what I can make. Once you're refreshed, thinking of your next move should be much easier. So let's see, Gregorio gets...
Well, we only have 1 more cup to make.
What the fuck? Why haven't I made that one yet?
Why haven't you made that one yet?
What the fuck? How did I miss that one?
Oh, we don't need that one. This is the one we actually
This is the one we actually need. I effed up. I just want to come back with some tea.
Gosh.
Oh, he's still thirsty. Oh, I can make this work.
I'm thirsty.
I got this, Allie. How did I miss that one? Probably because I was trying to F up all the teas and then... There, hopefully he stays thirsty. Impressive. When I'm sipping, I feel rejuvenated. It's smoky, yet it has a wonderful sweetness to it.
This is a whole new flavor to me, Professor. I've never tried anything quite like it.
It's interesting, and I'm sure it's good for when you've worked up a thirst, but it's not quite my taste.
Really? Well, I, for one, think it's rather tasty.
You're weird, Luke. Weirdo. 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 Here we go. Now I have the tea. Thank goodness you came back to make me tea. I can't get on with my chess game until you do. Here it is. Your tea. Checkmate. Gregorio seems refreshed and ready to make his next move. Now that's a refreshing cup of tea. Oh, of course, I'll just move my knight over to F5.
See, a little tea can work wonders. You've already found your next move.
As my way of saying thanks, here's a little factoid for you, Sonny. In the Hits Museum, you can find books with the chess strategies used by aristocrats of the past. The cool thing is that no new strategies have been developed in the last 50 years. So it's like time has stopped. Puzzle.
Okay.
The name's Gregorio, and I love chess like mice love fancy cheese.
I mean, we get it.
You can solve this little chess puzzle I've set up. I'll tell you what I know about false hands. That sounds fair. Show me what you got, even though we've already solved one of your puzzles. Puzzle number 107, the Knight's Tour 2. So, 50 pick rods. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. It is literally no different. And then eventually you just run out of spots. Either you run out of fun because you've landed on them all, or because you've effed up. So, if you're good, you'll just follow this and not F up. Basically, you just kind of follow a pattern around the board. And eventually, you'll start seeing like that. Where it's just like, ooh, my options are running out. Although eventually you get like big ones where it's just like, oh crud, I can go anywhere I want. Well, I suppose I can only move there. Here we go, starting to run out of places. Oh, there we go. Done.
This should do the trick. A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Well done, that's all it tells you.
Wow, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks. Sharp thinking, sonny boy, real sharp. Now, what was I going to say? Oh yes, the Harrisons. Way back when the Harrison Castle used to be quite to the hottest spot. The rich folks would throw balls there. Like beach balls and volleyballs. Now don't go near the place. No one will go near the place. The castle's supposedly got a vampire living in it. If you talk Italian, you have to move your hand and use hand motions.
Like this.
What I wouldn't give for things to go back to the way they were. I can't show you the hand motions though. Or diary key. Before we get to that new night puzzle. The name's Gregorio, and I love chess like babies love smooshing their food onto their faces. We can conversate if you want, but first you have to solve this chess puzzle of mine. Fair enough, let's get to it. You dirty, dirty man.
Dirty man.
Puzzle number 108, the Knight's Tour 370 pick rods. Yeah, holy crap, this thing is massive. You see, we just keep adding squares, adding places where you can go. Yep. Ooh, I'm gonna skip down here. And again, we kind of just like follow a circle, and then we go off and do some stupid stuff like this. These are pretty effective chess puzzles because they make you think really far ahead into the future. Just like, what happens if I F up all these spaces? Well, great, I'm screwed. Yeah, stuff like that. Eventually, you just start running out of places, which is good. Take up a corner, get rid of all those. Problem here is there's like no undo button, so please don't screw it up.
You have to restart completely.
Yes, you do. Done. And for now, that's all. For now, that's all. That was only a 6x6, though. Yeah, well done. Again.
Thanks.
But even got to, like, the fancy symbol part. Okay. That's quite the thinking cap you got on there. I'm so impressed I'm gonna let you in on a secret no one else in town would spill in 100 years. A few years back, an awful thing happened here in town. The info sensors started dropping left and right. Like they were under some terrible spell. Did anyone discover the source of this strange malady? I wish I could say yes, but it's still a mystery to us. What I do recall is that many fled the town once word of the illness got around. That's as much as I care to speak on that topic. You've solved all of my puzzles, and I'm tired.
Okay.
Guess what? There are extra puzzles, though. Like at the end, guess what? It's like in the bonuses, I guarantee you'll have an 8x8. At least that makes sense. Oh, this wretched life of mine. The girl I loved, to whom I was betrothed, has abandoned me and fled Fulsant. Did all that awful talk of curses scare her off? Will she truly leave me to be with someone else she loves? Either way, her betrayal cuts me to the core. I trusted her, and now I'm lost. Where do I go from here? What's left for me? Ooh, that's a weird sounding door. Wow, it's been a while since we collected hint coins, but there they are.
Found them.
Welcome, friends. I'm Grinko, and I'm the curator of the Herzen Museum. We have an extensive collection of artifacts pertaining to the history of this town and the Herzen family. Semi told me all about you two. I hope you find the resources helpful to your search. Please feel free to peruse the collection to your heart's content. The press and Luke decided to explore the Herzen Museum. What?
Professor, take a look at this case of knickknacks.
No thefts, Luke. These appear to be common household items owned by the Herzen family.
Some of them look positively ancient.
Look at this dildo, Luke. Quite, the Herzen family clearly has a long and rich family history. Incest. What? Who said that?
That's one impressive statue. I guess that would be too person, huh?
He's gonna put that pickaxe right through your eyeball. The entire museum appears to be dedicated to celebrating his achievements, so I'd have to agree.
But wait a second, I thought Mr. Bazooka owns this place.
Yes, I believe that's the case.
Isn't it funny that he built this one place to honor his father? Maybe he's not so bad after all.
Or maybe he's tricking you.
Oh, that's what he wants you to think.
Yeah. Before we get to the picture...
This place sure has a lot of stuff. Do you suppose this is a picture of the late Duke?
It's the same as the statue, isn't it? I believe so, yes.
Okay. Well, Duke Harrison died a while back and left behind a massive fortune. If he's gone, who is this vampire the hotel's talking about?
Somebody mentioned that Mr. Beluga had an older brother here. I'd say he's likely the man at the heart of all this talk.
If he's Mr. Beluga's older brother, he would have had to be older than Vita by now. I thought vampires didn't age.
Huh. It's also this painting. I see you've taken quite an interest in that picture, because I've been following you. Is this what I think it is? It's a photograph of the entire Hertzen family, who are responsible for Volsen's legendary wealth. The distinguished older gentleman on the left is Duke Hertzen. His youngest son, Frederick, is in the middle. His eldest son, Anton, is on the right. Anton should be the one I use the Bane accent for, unless you say otherwise, except you don't get to, because I'm going to do it. That Frederick, that's Mr. Beluga, the founder and owner of the Military Express, is it not? Oh, you know him? Well, in addition to owning a railway, Frederick is a friend of mine and owner of this museum. It's a sad story, really. He cut old ties to his father and left town 50 or so years ago. When he left, he took a small portion of the Hertzen wealth, used it to start his railway. Yes, Frederick is quite a study in contradictions. He disliked his father enough to change his name. He returned to Volsen's to found this museum.
Did the feud extend to all members of the family?
No, Frederick and Anton were always quite close, but their relationship with their father was never the same after that fateful day. What day was that, sir? The day the music died. No, the day Duke Hertzen discovered the vein of gold that brought so much wealth to Volsen. He was a different man after that. Something changed him. You'll see what later. Greed, perhaps? Or maybe, like, there was a prostitute in his life? Well, yes, that. But there was something more than greed in investing his heart. It was a tapeworm. What do you think that was? I told you. No, I think it's best if we end this chat here. It's not to my place to speculate about what goes on in the hearts of other people. Of course. Tell me this, though, if you can. Where's Anton now? That's a good question. I've heard rumors that he might still be living in that old castle, but I can't imagine anyone would live in a place so run down that people call it a vampire den. Gracious, look at how long we've been chatting. I think it's time for me to get back to work. You know, standing and looking at things. Please look around for as long as you like.
I guess even rich people have problems, huh?
Yes, Luke. So
yeah.
do I. Delicious. Something's a bit off, because your camera was made by the freaking devil! I don't know, something is just... Why did we pick a broken camera to fix? Well, because it was broken, I suppose. But why can't we just replace it?
Something that's already good.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Oops.
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Some of these are just ridiculous, I must say.
The differences?
Yeah. Oh, that one's pretty obvious.
Let's see if this works. Layton's apprentice strikes again.
Yay! And there's something in this case. It's still just tiny stuff. Oops.
And there we have it.
And that's everything! That's it, we've solved over 100 puzzles already.
Cool, I found a hidden puzzle.
It was like right in view, what the heck? Number 95, box of books, 30 pick rods. The height, width, and depth of 30 inches within this box. You like to place as many books as possible. Each book is 20 inches wide by 20 inches long and 10 inches thick. How many books can you pack in the box? You can put them in empty, closed. You can put them in however you want. Well, damn, that's a lot of spatial reasoning, isn't it? Oh, a lot of spatial reasoning. Stacks!
Consider this puzzle solved.
Oops! Like, you have to make some kind of weird cube shape that's... You'll see it. Like, what? Holy crud. But yeah, that's how you get them all in there. You'd be a weirdo.
Now here's the top one.
Yeah, that wasn't hard. That was hard. Basically looked at everything, so Am I correct in believing that you two are searching for a lead on the Elysian box? I don't care. I'm adding as many syllables as I want. Yes, that's right. Would you happen to know anything about it? I'm sure you already know that the Elysian box is a Hertzen family heirloom. And at Mr. Beluga's request, I've been researching the history of Holsense and the Hertzen family. In doing so, I've uncovered a secret in this town's history that reveals the truth of the Elysian box. Intriguing. What is the secret you speak of? It's easy to ask that question when you don't know what you're getting into, Mr. Layton. If you thirst for the truth and are ready to face it, you do well to visit the town mine. Many miners used to keep little journals down there to document their time below ground. That is one word. You can find one of those, you'll have a first-hand account of what transpired back there. Even though this is a museum, I have none of those. Thank you for the advice. We'll have a look for ourselves. We'll go have a look for ourselves. Come, Luke, let's head to the mine. So yeah, Professor Luke decided to set out for the mine on the edge of town. Mining. This is gonna suck.
Yep.
So let's see, we have this journal to open. Into the mine. So let's see what happens there, and then we have an old diary entry. Ever since she left, Father and I have been at each other's throats day and night. The serious disease plaguing our town continues to drive people to flee their homes for a safer life elsewhere. Only she had stayed with me. I feel like I could have weathered the storm. I still ask myself, why did she left this town? If she truly loved me, then why did she leave?
I wonder who the journal's for.
Yeah, who's the journal's for? Who it's by?
Yeah.
Whatever. Now I have to get Grinko thirsty, okay? I know. Oh, nice and quick. And then we'll do one more. We have one more puzzle to do. The Hertzen Museum holds the most impressive collection of writings recovered from the family. The other day, while thumbing through an old account of Castle Provisions, I discovered something. Interesting. Please do continue. I have a weak spot for matters of this sort. I read an account about a very special tea. It said to commemorate the extinguishing of a great fire and the spark of a new one. Sadly, it seems the ingredients for this wondrous tea have been lost to the sands of time. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a chance to savor that historical blend. Sigh. I suppose that's an impossibility now. Not necessarily, my good man. Perhaps we can use modern ingredients to recreate this legendary tea. Your knowledge of tea is clearly expansive, Mr. Layton, but could it really be possible? I can't guarantee I'll get it right, but I'll see what I can come up with. This is where number 12 comes into play. The Layton elixir. Ooh, so magic. Oh, wonderful. You made all of Grinko's beverage dreams come true.
Oh, nice.
Put into musical form. Oh, now that's a legendary tea. The flavor almost moved me to tears. I aim to please, sir. You'll have to excuse me. I haven't gotten so emotional over a cup of tea in a long time. I am weeping like a baby. Not much, but let me share this puzzle with you. It's really all I can do to say thanks.
That's not really good.
I don't care. Number 894, the mystery cube, 40 pick rods. No, we'll just have to get used to it. Well, 8 tiny cubes is a term divided by a larger cube. One of the 8 has been letter erased. Isn't pressed against the face of another cube containing the same letter. So what is this question mark? Well, you can tell this side's going to be all C, so from there you can kind of tell that... Well, actually... Thankfully, it's one I can spell out pretty easily. It'll be the letter B.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Oops.
Wonderful.
I would agree. And with that... we shall be back next time. But first, Grinko has to say stuff. Well done. I think you might just have what it takes to get to the bottom. What's going on in town? I don't think I've got much to offer you in the way of help, but I will be rooting for you. Call Layton. Call Layton.
We have a cheerleader now. That's our mascot. Look at that, we're a king.
Are we? Yes, we are a king of hit coins, and we still haven't found them all. See you next time.
Bye.